Regulation of Municipality of Denpasar, Number 8 of 2023 on implementation of waste management. The implementation of waste management aims to improve public health and environmental quality and turn waste into a resource. 1. Types of waste include A. Household waste. B. Waste similar to household waste. C. Specific waste. 2. Household waste come from the remainder of daily activities in the household, excluding feces and specific waste. 3. Types of household waste come from residual activities in residential areas, commercial areas, industrial areas, spatial areas, public facilities, social facilities, and other facilities. 4. Specific waste include A. Waste containing B3. B. Garbage containing B3 waste. C. Waste arising from disaster. D. Building demolition debris. E. Waste that cannot be processed technologically. F. Waste that arises non-periodically. 5. Specific waste is managed in accordance with the provisions of the legislative regulations. Everyone has the right A. Obtain services in waste management in a good and environmentally sound manner from the regional government and other parties who are given responsibility for this. B. Participate in the decision-making, implementation, and supervision process in field of waste management. C. Obtain correct, accurate, and timely information regarding the implementation of waste management. D. Receive protection and compensation due to negative impacts from TPST and TPA activities. E. Receive guidance to be able to carry out waste management in a good and environmentally sound manner. 1. Everyone is obligated to reduce and handle waste in an environmentally sound manner. 2. Waste reduction and handling is carried out by A. Using goods and packaging that can be recycled and easily decomposed by natural processes. B. Limit waste generation by not using single-use plastic. C. Use products that produce as little waste as possible. D. Sorting waste. E. Deposit waste that is not easily decomposed by nature into the waste bank. F. Processing waste that is easily decomposed by nature. And G. Prepare trash can to accommodate residual waste. 3. Regional governments are obligated to reduce and handle waste by A. Set waste reduction targets in stage of a certain period. B. Facilitating the application of environmentally friendly technology. C. Facilitating the application of environmentally friendly product labels. D. Facilitate waste sorting, reuse, and recycle activities. And E. Facilitating the marketing of recycled products. Management of household waste and similar waste. Household waste consists of A. Waste reduction and B. Waste handling. 1. Waste reduction includes activities A. Limiting waste generation. B. Waste recycling. And C. Waste reuse. 2. The regional governments carries out the activities as follows. A. Set waste reduction targets in stage over a certain period of time. B. Facilitating the application of environmentally friendly technology. C. Facilitating the application of environmentally friendly product labels. D. Facilitating reuse and recycling activities. E. Facilitating the marketing of recycled products. 3. Business actors in carrying out activities as referred to in paragraph 1 use production materials that produce as little waste as possible, can be reused, can be recycled, and are easily decomposed by natural processes. 4. The community carries out waste reduction activities by means of, among others, A. Use materials that can be reused, recycled, and easily decomposed by natural processes. B. Limit waste generation. C. Do not using single-use plastic. D. Use products that produce as little waste as possible. E. Sorting waste. F. Hand over inorganic waste to the waste bank or TPS-3R or TPST and TPA. G. Processing organic waste. And H. Hand over the residual waste to the waste collection officer. 5. The implementation of waste reduction is carried out based on the provisions of the legislative regulations. 1. Waste handling activities include A. Sorting in the form of grouping and separating waste according to the type, quantity, and nature of the waste. B. Collection in the form of collecting and transferring waste from waste sources to TPS, TPS-3R, TPST, and final processing place. C. Transportation in the form of carrying waste from the source and from the temporary waste storage site and 3R TPS to the TPST or final processing site. D. Processing in the form of changing the characteristic, composition, and amount of the waste. E. Final processing of waste in the form of returning waste and residue from previous processing to environmental media in a safe manner. 2. Apart from transportation, transportation of waste carried out independently by each person can be carried out directly to the nearest TPST in the region. 1. Waste sorting is carried out by A. Every person at the source. B. Management of residential areas, commercial areas, industrial areas, special areas, public facilities, social facilities, and other facilities. C. Business actors in waste management activities. And D. Local governments. 2. The sorting is carried out through waste grouping activities into at least 5 types of waste consisting of A. Waste containing B3 and B3 waste. B. Waste that is easily decomposed by natural processes. C. Reusable waste. D. Recyclable waste. E. Other rubbish. 1. Every person who produces waste arising from mass activities is obligated to handle waste. 2. Waste handling is carried out through A. Sorting, B. Collection, C. Transportation, D. Processing, and E. Final processing. 1. Waste sorting arising from mass activities is grouped into A. Waste containing B3 and B3 waste, B. Waste that is easily decomposed by natural processes, C. Reusable waste, D. Recyclable waste, E. Other rubbish. 2. Sorting of waste arising from mass activities is carried out the mass activities location using containers according to the waste group. 1. Communities and traditional villages can participate in waste management organized by the regional governments. 2. Participation can be carried out through A. Providing suggestion, consideration, and suggestion to the regional government in waste management activities. B. Providing suggestion and opinion in the formulation of waste management policies. C. Providing suggestion and opinions in resolving waste disputes. D. Providing reports on waste management violation to the mayor through the department. And E. Utilization of waste fund for education and training activities, campaigns, and assistance by community groups to the community member in waste management to change the behavior of the community members. 3. In addition to the participation, traditional village can participate by formulating waste management policies in the traditional village areas in accordance with the authority based on the provisions of the legislative regulations. 4. The formulation of a traditional village-based waste management policy can be carried out by making an awik-awik and prarem regarding traditional village-based waste management. 5. The implementation of community participation is carried out based on the provision of the legislative regulations. Everyone has prohibited from A. Carrying out waste management activities that are not environmentally friendly. B. Carrying out waste transportation outside of the predetermined schedule. And C. Building waste management facilities without fulfilling the requirements. 1. Any person who violates the obligation to reduce and handle waste in an environmentally sound manner, handle waste arising from mass activities, and the prohibited subject to administrative sanctions. 2. Every management of residential areas, commercial areas, public facilities, social facilities, and other facilities which violates the provision to provide waste sorting facilities to sort the waste they produce based on the source to provide temporary shelters, reduce, reuse, recycle waste processing sites, and integrated waste processing site, subject to administrative sanction. 3. Every business actors carrying out waste management activities who violates the provisions to provide waste sorting facilities at the scale of their business premises will be subject to administrative sanctions. 4. Any producer who not take labels or sign related to waste reduction and manage packaging waste and waste of goods they produce will be subject to administrative sanction. 5. Administrative sanctions are in the form of A. Verbal warning. B. Written warning. C. Delay in waste management services. D. Temporary suspension of business activities. E. Recommendation of cancellation and revocation of business permits. And F. Administrative fines. 1. Any person who violates the provision to reduce and handle waste in an environmentally sound manner, to handle waste that produce as massive activities, not to have permission from the mayor to carry out waste management business, shall be sentenced to a maximum imprisonment of 6 months or a maximum fine 50 million rupiah. 2. Every management of residential areas, commercial areas, public facilities, social facilities, and other facilities which violates the obligation to provide waste sorting facilities, to sort the waste they produce based on source, provide waste processing facilities, and provide temporary shelters, reduce, reuse, recycle waste processing site, and integrated waste processing site and shall be sentenced to a maximum imprisonment of 6 months or a maximum fine of 50 million rupiah. 3. Every business actors carrying out waste management activities who violates the obligation to provide regional scale waste sorting facilities shall be sentenced to a maximum imprisonment of 6 months or a maximum fine of 50 million rupiah. 4. Any producer who not take labels or sign related to waste reduction and manage packaging waste and waste of goods they produce be sentenced to a maximum imprisonment of 6 months or a maximum fine of 50 million rupiah.